Welcome to Bloomers in the Garden. I'm Len Schroeder.
And I'm Julio Zamora.
And on today's show, we're going to talk about our trip to the Tropical Plant International Exposition that Julio and I went on last week.
We had a great tour through South Florida, visiting several living wall installations that were amazing.
The tropical plant trend is as strong as ever, and we'll tell you what's hot.
In our final segment, Jim from Washington Crossing, Pennsylvania, called and had questions I answered on growing avocados.
So stay tuned. We'll be right back in the garden right after this short break.
Bloomers in the Garden is brought to you each week by Bloomers Home and Garden Center. Bloomers is an award-winning garden center just 20 minutes from Philadelphia. Bloomers has been providing expert advice turning brown thumbs green for over 30 years. At Bloomers, we want you to ask us every question, even if you think it's silly. We share information in a friendly, non-judgmental way that is meant to teach and spread the joy of gardening. Visit Bloomers Home and Garden Center in Washington Township, Gloucester County. For directions, go to bloomers.com, and we'll see you in the garden.
The bird sanctuary at Bloomers Home and Garden Center is dedicated to the care and feeding of wild birds. We carry a flock of feeders like the Brome Squirrel-Proof Feeder, which has a lifetime guarantee. Brome makes fantastic feeders for frustrating squirrels and feeding songbirds. Bloomers Bird Sanctuary has a vast selection of wild bird seed, suet, seed cakes, and mealworms. We carry Lyric, Coles, C&S, Pine Tree Farms, and our own line called Bloomers Blend. Bloomers Blend Songbird Magnet contains premium black oil sunflower, peanut splits, millet, safflower, and tree nuts. It's sure to attract the most colorful songbirds to your yard. Bloomers Home and Garden Center is located in Washington Township in Gloucester County, New Jersey. Visit us online at www.bloomers.com. When you come in, ask for Shirley Spurbeck, Bloomers Wild Bird Specialist. Mention you heard it on Bloomers in the Garden Radio, and we'll give you $10 off a 20-pound bag of Bloomers Blend Songbird Magnet Mix. Hi, this is Len Schroeder from Bloomers in the Garden. Do you have a landscape, garden, or plant question? If so, call or text us using the Bloomers in the Garden hotline. Dial 609-685-1880. That's 609-685-1880. Don't be shy. We want to hear from you. Call or text us and let us know what problems you're facing. Let us know how we're doing. Call or text 609-685-1880. If we use your comment on the air, we'll send you a free Bloomers t-shirt. Call or text us at 609-685-1880. That's 609-685-1880. And we'll see you in the garden.
Welcome back, folks. Len, what a week we had in Florida, didn't we?
Sure did.
We went from a cold PA to a cold South Florida.
That's right. 39 degrees.
Oh, brother. Who would have thought?
I don't know. We were right outside Miami, Fort Lauderdale. Actually, we're in Davie, right?
Davie, yes.
Davie is
yes.
where we stayed.
Right next to Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah,
Lauderdale.
but 39 degrees.
39
it was
degrees.
cold.
Yeah,
it was cold.
What's going on, right?
Yeah, I did not break out my shorts. So
No, I didn't either. Well, I know I did. I remember.
That's right.
Yeah.
You did wear your shorts.
I did wear my shorts.
Hey, so we went on a tour, right?
Oh, yeah, it's wonderful.
And
Yeah.
it was an interior scape tour, and it was something we normally wouldn't do.
That's right.
And what I mean by that is normally when we go on to these types of trade shows and expositions, we're going on a garden center tour to visit garden centers, or we're going on a growers tour to see, how the growers are growing things. This time we did a little left to center and went to where the installations of all of the tropical plants are done in the actual settings. Like we went to one was an apartment building, one was a mall,
yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Another one was the Hard Rock Casino. That was incredible.
That was
A Korean restaurant. And the Korean restaurant had the best unit of all, right?
Oh, I think so, don't you?
I do.
Yeah.
I do. Now, living walls were the overriding theme.
Right.
And
do you want to let people know what that means?
Well, tell me.
Okay. A living wall is it's like a panel on a wall, okay, that they are placed on there, and then these guys who are architects and designers, they design.
Interior scapers will do.
Yeah, that's it. And what they do is they'll take the plants and set these up on those panels.
And maintain those plants.
Maintain them also, yes.
And you and I discussed where the first, I guess, our first stop where it was basically they were pre-made panels that cradle pots of 1 gallon, which is an 8-inch pot,
8-inch pot, yeah.
where it rests in this little slot.
Slots, yeah.
And where, just think of it like a bunch, basically graph paper. And like each piece of square in the graph paper is a plant, and that it's designed that way, and where there were hardy plants that are hardy here.
Here too, yeah.
Yeah.
Liriope, where I saw the liriope.
And there was carex, and there was what was the other plant that was there? It was the brazzleberry.
Razzleberry, yes.
Which
Remember that?
Bright, pink raspberry flower.
Flower.
And all of these plants, which surprised me, is that, hey, this isn't exclusive to a tropical environment.
No, it isn't. Yeah.
So
Pretty
these
neat.
plants, and these were gigantic panels. They were probably
huge.
20 feet tall by 50 foot long.
Yeah.
Pretty amazing stuff.
Yeah. It is pretty amazing, isn't it? It looked like a painting.
Yeah, it did. It absolutely did. A living wall.
A living wall. Yeah. That's it.
There we go.
Yeah.
What about the high-tech wall that we visited?
Oh boy.
Now, so let me back up a little bit before we go into the high-tech part. Probably the lowest tech was the first one that we're talking about.
Right.
Easy to take care of, where you have a timer that waters from the top. So you're at the top of the 20-foot,
Right.
and it just trickles down one to another, to another, to another, and there's like a drain plug in the panel that allows it to go to the next level, and the next level, and the next level. And it's timed so that once it reaches that bottom level, the water gets turned off.
Stops.
And so the timer will go maybe twice a week, maybe 3 times a week, depending on what the conditions are outside. So the excess water gets channeled and either goes out to a drain. Some sophisticated systems are recycled, but there are many of those. It's pretty impressive, So think of this: a gutter at the bottom,
Right.
a bunch of pots getting watered on the top, and everything gets caught into the gutter and drained away.
Easy. Yeah, it is.
Easy. Looks and sounds complex, but it is not.
No, it's not.
Until we got to the Korean restaurant.
Yeah, that was totally different.
Tell our audience about that.
Wow, that's a totally different system. It's a hydroponic system,
Right.
and what you really caught on was that it was on sensors.
Right.
And the whole system's inside, right? The whole watering
Right. So they had
situation.
like a closet where they would have the fertilization, like they have a what's called a dosatron, which is a fertilizer injector. Right. Again, another thing that sounds fancy, but just think it's a Miracle Grow feeder on steroids. All right. That
Right.
It just is feeding a liquid fertilizer to the plants. Calibrated to parts per million.
Ooh, that's pretty good, huh?
And that these, where the other ones were in their pots just resting in like a cradle, these were actually planted into the wall,
right?
Which was a foam.
Foam, yeah. Amazing. And these roots are growing all throughout.
Right. and
amazing.
that where, and it's not a system, there is no soil, at all.
No.
At all. No soil. And these were all true tropicals that you would think of, like pothos and true tropical, or, houseplants for that matter, that you would think of. And the sensors that Julio mentioned will sense the nutrient value, right? The amount of water that it's getting, the humidity, but also the panels that would be set up on this wall. Again, they're if you can think of this like almost like a foam type structure, where it had planting pockets, and they weren't big. They were maybe only about 2 inches, 2 by 2, and you pretty much shove the roots in there after you wash all the soil off, and then these sensors would pick up all of that information. But behind the panel, if it was installed, it was not installed here, but you could put a series of hot water tubes that would go on and off based on the temperature outside. So it would keep the roots warm on the wall
keeping the plants alive.
Right.
And very impressive.
Very impressive. Yeah.
And the sensors themselves were small. They were like the size of your mouse.
That's right. Yeah.
You know, it's not living mouse, but your
And the plants
computer
were-
mouse.
Yeah, computer mouse.
It was a really high-tech
High-tech,
thing.
high-tech.
And the gentleman that did the presentation kept saying that, you know, you're not going to see this. And he said the technology was from?
Israel.
That's right.
Wow.
Pretty amazing
Pretty
stuff.
amazing. And those plants look gorgeous, huh?
They did.
Yeah.
The lushest
Lush.
and by far the least amount of maintenance too.
Yes.
The
that's right.
maintenance costs on some of the other units was very high.
Very high.
Now, if I'm an interior scaper and I have to go back and replace plants and I have to clean them, I'm charging for that. So that's
Right.
necessarily a bad thing, but it's a bad thing for the owner. Where the product with the sensor, where we were planted in foam right into this wall, pretty cool.
Pretty nice. Yeah.
Pretty
I like
cool.
that one.
I did like that one
Yeah,
very much.
very much.
And it made the most sense.
It did.
And also it'll go right to the guy's phone.
right.
So he would know the installation, where it was at, and he would be able to say, it's like, okay, Korean restaurant. It looks like that the injector is just pushing out water. We have, you know, we're low on
fertilizer.
nitrogen. We
Yeah,
probably need to increase that. So we're going to adjust that. And we need to, it's getting a little warmer out and it's a drier period. We're in the summer. So we need to increase
it.
our timer on our watering system,
Wow.
all from his phone. So it doesn't require a visit out there.
That is high tech.
Yeah. But I mean, think about where we are today.
That's
And that
right.
we've got a segment that's coming up. We're going to talk about trends and things that are
like that.
different.
Oh, yes.
And you have a doorbell that tells people, you know, you can talk to people if you're at work and say, hey, you know, leave the package, you know, leave the pizza.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, my
But again, it's a different type of thought. And then our final stop there was pretty cool, where we went to the Hard Rock Casino in Hollywood, Florida.
Right.
That is part of the Seminole Nation there, as far as the Indian reservation.
Right.
And that was amazing.
Oh, that was amazing. Totally different panel, huh? Like-
Different panel.
Different panel, yes.
Same problems
Same
as the
problems.
first one.
Right.
Not like the second one.
Right.
But I was a little disappointed because I sound like a jerk. It was fantastic. It was fantastic.
beautiful.
But it was, you know, designed in New York, but from a
Right.
company in Connecticut, and it's here in Florida, and
Right.
and that these guys had to, you know, they had to get it installed by a certain date. They had
Rushing
issues
it.
because there were waterfalls in
falls
between
next to it,
them, and
yeah.
that affected how the performance of the plants did. It was just, it felt like more of an architectural thing rather than being, you know, these are plants and look how
plants.
cool the plants are. It
Right.
was more of a look how cool the waterfall is, and by the way, there's plants next to it.
Right.
It looks stunning.
It
This
does.
was 40-foot high
They were tall.
and in a repeating series of probably 10 or 12
Right.
with a matching wall inside and waterfalls inside.
Inside. Yeah, that was pretty impressive.
This, if you're ever out that way, you know,
Yeah.
yeah,
You
I
gotta see
don't.
that.
However you feel about gambling, I don't. You know, but go to the Hard Rock
That's right.
in Hollywood.
And there were lights.
Oh, that's
involved in
right.
that, right.
That's right. There was a
Yeah,
light
the
show.
light show with that.
The inside version, there was a light show that came on. So there would be like a concert footage in the area where this wall was, and that there were lights that were embedded within the plants, that would be part of the I guess special effects.
Special effects. Yeah, I wonder if they had music
Very
with
cool.
that.
Oh no, well, of course, I mean,
Yeah,
of course.
well, yeah.
It's when that concert was going on. It was loud.
Oh yeah.
But and again, it wasn't like a real concert, but it was recorded footage.
Recorded, yeah.
Very cool.
Oh, I tell you what.
Very cool.
Talk about walls. They were pretty amazing.
Yeah. One of the things that was there it was the hotel itself. It was in the shape of an actual guitar.
Oh yeah, that was pretty cool.
I mean, but you and I always, when you said we were leaving, it's like, well, actually, where the strings are, that's where the elevator should be.
Elevators go.
you
Yeah,
know?
that's right.
But it was, again, the hotel itself was actually in the shape of a guitar.
Yeah.
Standing upright.
Standing up. Yeah.
All glass.
Figured that one out.
It's very cool.
Very nice.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So if you
Amazing.
want to go look up Hollywood Hard Rock Casino. It was very cool.
It was right.
And then, hey, a shout out to the Bug Lady.
The Bug Lady, yeah.
Yeah, Suzanne, you out there?
Yes.
Suzanne Wainwright Evans, we met on our tour, and she is a consulting entomologist and horticulturist from Slating, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, local girl, huh?
Yeah. She what she does is professionals will call if they're having a particular insect problem that they need to handle, and she will help them diagnose it and get it under control, like greenhouses. She said she's working a lot in the cannabis industry.
Cannabis, yes.
Yes. So, hey,
Yep.
we had a nice chat with her. She was a great person to talk to. All right. Coming up, next segment, our trip continues about future casting. We'll be right back right after this.
Fertilome's all-purpose water-soluble plant food is a wonderful mix of the primary plant nutrients, which promotes vigorous blooms and lush green foliage. This chlorine-free and super-low salt triple 20 analysis is ideal for indoor and outdoor plants, particularly hanging baskets, houseplants, cactus, and especially succulents. You will notice a big difference in your plant's health and growth by using Fertilome's all-purpose water-soluble plant food 20-20-20. Find the nearest independent lawn and garden retailer by logging on to fertilome.com. Look for the Find a Dealer tab in the upper right-hand corner and type in your zip code. Your plants will be glad you did. Available at
Russell Garden Center, 600 New Road, Churchville, PA. Your next houseplant is waiting for you in Bloomer's Home and Garden Center's greenhouse. Bloomers recognizes that houseplant choices are as important to your interior decorating as the fabric on your couch. The right plant, paired with the perfect container, can bring a dynamic change to your home. A houseplant brings life to your world and connects your home's interior to the greater outdoors. Even a small succulent placed on your coffee table has a way of connecting your living room to the Amazon rainforest. How about an air plant in your kitchen? Looking for an indoor flowering plant to add color to your plant palette? Bloomers has a large revolving assortment of flowering beauties. From aglaonemas to ZZ plants, Bloomers Greenhouse is stocked with your next favorite indoor plant. Bloomers carries a large selection of pottery and containers to match your home's decor and make any of your plants more beautiful. Bloomers experts can help you care for your plants and have the fertilizer, insecticides, leaf shine, and specialty soils you need to grow healthy and happy indoor plants. Visit Bloomers Home and Garden Center's greenhouse and make every room in your home a living room. Visit bloomers.com for more information. That's bloomers.com, and we'll see you in the garden. Hi, this is Len Schroeder from Bloomers in the Garden. Do you have a landscape, garden, or plant question? If so, call or text us using the Bloomers in the Garden hotline. Dial 609-685-1880. That's 609-685-1880. Don't be shy. We want to hear from you. Call or text us and let us know what problems you're facing. Let us know how we're doing. Call or text 609-685-1880. If we use your comment on the air, we'll send you a free Bloomers t-shirt. Call or text us at 609-685-1880. That's 609-685-1880. And we'll see you in the garden.
Well, we are back. And during our trip out to the TPIE exposition, you know, the one thing I enjoyed the most was the keynote who was talking about future casting. You know, anybody out there we're trying to predict the future, and any good retailer, website, any good company is trying to think of, well, what comes next?
Right.
Did anybody expect, like, this guy Elon Musk to actually create rockets with and to build cars that are as fast as some of the best sports cars? I mean, I don't think anybody saw that coming.
No, I don't think so.
I think people also discounted it, thinking that they'll never get it done.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden now we're seeing them all over the road.
That's right.
All right. So what we did is we saw what was his name?
Max Luthi?
From trendwatching.com.
Yeah.
These guys, what they do is they're trying to pick up on trends from all over the world. What's going on in England? And he was actually English.
English, yes.
And that, but he lives in Jersey City.
Yes,
Yo, Jersey!
Yes.
All right. Anyway, and These guys are in, again, every continent trying to feel out what is the next big thing. And they specifically were there to talk about how that relates to the green industry. And one of the things that he trended on, the first trend was burnout.
Burnout. Oh, plenty of that, huh?
Well, think about it. I mean, we are 24/7 with a something in our pocket. And
That's
like,
right.
I feel like every time my phone, I almost said damn phone, Dan phone, it's like, you know,
Oh, yeah.
answer, hello,
Hello.
you know, here you are, just like tapping you on the shoulder. Answer me.
Answer me,
And
yeah,
it's all night long.
All night.
And it's stupid things. It's
Right.
stupid things. It's like, oh, you know, the Dow Jones is down 200 points because somebody sneezed in Ireland. You know, it's like, I don't need to be bothered by that.
I know you don't.
So, anyway, that
Right.
burnout is something I know that I deal with. Julio, burnout?
Oh,
So
yeah, sure. Stress. We deal with it every day.
That's right. And we are more stressful today, and I didn't think it would be possible than
so.
we were just, you know, 5 years ago.
Oh, much so, yeah.
So,
Bombarded with so much.
and the trend with that is using green spaces to
Green, yes.
reconnect one another.
Right. There goes that wellness
Right.
factor, right?
With plants.
Yes.
Walmart.
Mm-hmm.
And you would not think this with Walmart. Their number one priority is to get more green space, open green space in their stores.
How about that?
You know, one thing he mentioned is Walmart's wall-to-wall plant. No, wall-to-wall plants. No, wall-to-wall products.
Products, yeah.
You know, from Rice Krispies to,
Yeah.
you know, to towels to,
Everything.
you know, just junk.
Yeah.
Everywhere,
soon as you
wall to
walk
wall.
in.
It's, you know, you
Oh,
can't
yeah.
get away from it. The aisles, and then there's a, you know, end caps and
End
everything
caps.
else. But their new model for their new stores is to provide green space and open space to make it more of a luxury and a visit to Walmart. To try to, I think, one, reduce, you know, you remember Rain Man? Do you ever see the movie Rain Man?
I saw part of it.
Part of it?
Yep.
Yeah, come on, Julio. Anyway, Kmart sucks. Best line in the movie.
That what it was?
And that Walmart seems to have taken over that in a way, but they are still the number one retailer in the world.
Sure.
And that they are thinking ahead with the whole green space. The other thing was the Apple is talking about a village square concept. Again, green space. And when we're talking green space, we're talking about tropical plants and involved within the actual environment of the shopping environment. So to make that experience more relaxed, because we do, our blood pressure gets reduced, and our countenance changes when we're around plants.
And we saw that at Ball Harbor stores, remember? In
That's right.
Fort Lauderdale.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. That was part of our tour, where, you know, that when we were walking on top of the actual pond,
Right.
that they have in there they
with
have
the
actually
koi.
giant koi that
Yeah.
are swimming under your feet.
That's amazing.
But the Apple concept is just like how Capital One, who is obviously credit what's in your wallet,
What's in your wallet?
but have banks now. Like there's a bank for Capital One Bank in Philly
Right.
that they're more like a cafe, like a Starbucks, than they are a bank.
You're kidding.
So it's rethinking the concept, get it out of your head, tellers, and then a few desks with some people with elevated authority, and then
Right.
the manager has a glass wall in the
wall.
corner.
That's right.
You know, that's out.
That's out already.
That's out. So they're trying to
Different concept.
reduce burnout by creating spaces that are filled with green spaces. One of the best things, apartment buildings with shared balconies as common space
How about that?
that are planted with different types of, like, say you have window boxes or even planters and things, to where you can socialize with your neighbor
Look at
in those open shared spaces.
That's great.
I like it.
I like that one.
I like it. Trend number 2.
Relevance, huh?
Read it. Read the whole
Even in
thing.
today's high-tech world, we accept to be served as individuals.
That's right. I want to be relevant
Right.
in a high-tech world.
That's right.
You know, I looked at it, that whole concept where the services that you get are relevant to you personally.
To you, yes.
So, for instance, Comcast. Like, I know that on Comcast, if I'm looking for something to watch, that I can go to filter out and go to For You. And so For You, it goes and it determines what patterns of shows I'm watching and presents them, well, hey, you know, you seem to watch this a lot. How about you try this show or this show? Or, you know, they all seem to be
kind of knows the flavors that you like.
Yeah, all from the 80s. Shut up, Julio. Anyway, but that's the kind of concept that they're talking about where that's now expected.
Oh, yeah.
That's expected. Right. Like when you walk into Bloomers, that I want to know what your sales history is, you know, or so that you can tell me it's like last time you bought, you know, Scott's such and such and you know, what did you think of it? Did you like it? You know, do you want to buy it again, or you bought this, or and that's the kind of custom individualized relevance people are looking for.
Sure.
I love this one. Blaze.
Blaze.
You can go online, check these things out. Blaze is a supplement company. So think of, you know, somebody that gives you vitamins or whatever. And so with this thing, it goes and you get a blood test every
third month, huh?
Every 3 months. And based on your blood test, it sends you what your supplements should be. So here you need more iron, you need vitamin C, you need this, and the proportions that are based off of the results from your blood test.
Oh, look at that.
Yep. Most cool thing, Kia Read, R-E-A-D
Kia car,
system.
Huh? Wow.
Man.
Totally out of future.
These guys are in South Korea. You know what I mean?
They are.
I mean, like that's next to the crazy man, Rocket Man.
Rocket Man.
Anyway, but to think that these guys are thinking ahead to autonomous vehicles to where their biosensors in the steering wheel, 3D cameras, where it adjusts the cabin based on the feedback that you are giving off of what it's reading from you. It'll adjust the cabin lights. It'll adjust the seat. It'll adjust the you know, all
That's
of this
scary,
is adjusted. It is, but it's all individual.
It is
all individual.
Right.
So
amazing,
cool.
huh?
So cool. I can't wait for the future to come.
That's right.
You know, third trend, coming of age, and this was important to me, being over 50. 50%. Let me see here. 50% of the population is over 55. So I'm young.
Yeah, you are.
Anyway, 46% of the U.S. population is over 50.
Wow, that's big.
And it basically is saying, yeah, millennials, everything. Guess what? You know what? Don't forget seniors.
That's right.
AARP did a study, and $84 billion in annual spending on tech aren't for 30, 20 teens.
Right.
It's for 50 people or older. And this is by 2030.
That's
84
huge.
billion
Wow.
with a B.
Ooh. Can you imagine that?
It's amazing.
It is
And
amazing.
one of the things, too, it talked about is how brands that people in their 50s, and I can attest to this, feel like they have left them in the survey. Right. Like, say, what were you talking about? Eddie Bauer.
Eddie Bauer, yeah.
Anybody listen with Eddie Bauer? Hey, you guys used to be my go-to store, and like all of a sudden, what the heck happened?
Right. Abercrombie and Fitch.
Abercrombie and Fitch changed. Yeah. But, I mean, that's old now, as far as it went from being an excellent clothier in New York to being a multi-chain store of like hipster clothes.
Hipster, yeah.
And it just, those brands ignored their, we're going to call them seniors, but as far as people over 50.
That's right.
Trend number 4. Real life imagined, or basically adult American fantasy with that combined with real life.
Wow.
Brett, I told you I was pulling you in.
Yep.
What is Fortnite?
Fortnite is an online gaming that people do where they play online with like their friends. It's like today's version of being outside. It's basically like I played it once.
Yeah.
Yeah. People are like, dude, you gotta try it. You gotta try it, brother.
But you basically are killing one another, right?
Yeah, you're killing one another. So like, you can build houses too to like as your shield to protect you, all that stuff. You hide. It's basically like playing hide and seek. Or tag. No, it's like playing tag.
What the guy who was the futurist that was talking about this, he said about Fortnite, where they had all of a sudden, think of it this way: you're playing a video game where you're killing everyone, and all of a sudden a concert started.
Pops up.
Now the Fortnite concert when let's see, it's Marshmallow. I only realized who Marshmallow was because I saw a guy with a marshmallow on his head, and
I didn't know who Marshmallow was until 2 years ago either.
Yeah. So anyway, what happens? 10.7 million people attended or watched this 10-minute show where all of the weapons were disabled. Signs of peace and brotherhood and getting along and everything were all themes within the video game. And it was like, so you attended this concert, but you were still in the video game.
It's really cool. Technology is wild today.
Oh, scary.
So it flips from one thing to the other.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know how. Maybe he's friends with the creator of Fortnite.
I don't know.
It's just weird how technology is, because back in the day it was, here's your video game.
Right.
Nowadays it's, oh, there's something wrong with it I don't like. Okay, I'm going to go fix it real quick. Okay, it's fixed. And it affects everyone's game.
Wow. And so that's the whole thing, is where you're sucked into these games. Like, I can remember when it was Candy Crush was new.
Yeah.
And it's like people were playing. It's like, what are you doing? Don't you have like a real life thing that you need to do?
Instead of crushing candy.
Yeah. But anyway.
Go grow a garden.
Right, there you go.
Right.
Get out there. Get
like
some
that.
dirt under your fingernails.
I do miss outside, though. I miss outside activities.
Oh, I'm hoping that what happens is that it eventually changes and that becomes the cool thing.
Like Pokemon Go.
Like, hey, like walking on fire, Brett, huh? Brett just walked on fire. Pretty amazing.
It was pretty cool.
Yeah,
it was a
pretty
cool
cool.
experience.
Do we have to get you a new nickname like Firewalker? Firewalker.
Brett the Firewalker.
There you go.
With flames in the background.
Mr.
Yeah, there you go.
Flames, Mr.
I
Flames.
think you need a new emoji. One of the things, getting it back down to plants, a luopot.
Oh, wow.
This was cool. Where the
yeah.
actual plant, based on how the plant was growing, the pot itself has this animated like window. And it
With a
has
face on it, right?
And talk about emojis. And what it would do is that if it was dry, it would like wilt down, and then it was like a smiley face. If it was like too hot where you were putting it, it would like do sweat droplets off of the face. Yeah. And the face would change based on the environment that the plant was in. And on your phone, you program what the plant was that you potted with an app on your phone, and that the plant conditions were based on what the plant conditions were needed and what was going on within the pot.
Again, we talk about sensors. That's where it comes in.
All sensors that are
on that,
in there.
and it's quite amazing.
And if you want to check it out, that's LUA. Pot.
Pot.
Just Google it. You'll find it.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. Huh?
And what's funny is that, like, for instance, if it's too cold, the actual emoji will catch a cold. And this is on your pot. It's like a little screen, black screen, and it's not like just an LED screen. It actually is animated.
Pretty amazing stuff.
Goes to sleep, wakes up, detects movement, follows objects with its eyes. That's kind of freaky.
Yeah, it is.
So, but again, it's something that matches with the plant. And again, very cool.
Yeah.
Very
Technology, huh?
Overwhelming. Overwhelming. All right, we got to take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk more about what was going on our visit to the Tropical Plant Exposition. Your next houseplant is waiting for you in Bloomer's Home and Garden Center's greenhouse. Bloomers recognizes that houseplant choices are as important to your interior decorating as the fabric on your couch. The right plant, paired with the perfect container, can bring a dynamic change to your home. A houseplant brings life to your world and connects your home's interior to the greater outdoors. Even a small succulent placed on your coffee table has a way of connecting your living room to the Amazon rainforest. How about an air plant in your kitchen? Looking for an indoor flowering plant to add color to your plant palette? Bloomers has a large revolving assortment of flowering beauties. From aglaonemas to ZZ plants, Bloomers Greenhouse is stocked with your next favorite indoor plant. Bloomers carries a large selection of pottery and containers to match your home's decor and make any of your plants more beautiful. Bloomers experts can help you care for your plants
and have the fertilizer, insecticides, leaf shine, and specialty soils you need to grow healthy and happy indoor plants. Visit Bloomers Home and Garden Center's greenhouse and make every room in your home a living room. Visit bloomers.com for more information. That's bloomers.com, and we'll see you in the garden. Hi, this is Len Schroeder from Bloomers in the Garden. Do you have a landscape, garden, or plant question? If so, call or text us using the Bloomers in the Garden hotline. Dial 609-685-1880. That's 609-685-1880. Don't be shy. We want to hear from you. Call or text us and let us know what problems you're facing. Let us know how we're doing. Call or text 609-685-1880. If we use your comment on the air, we'll send you a free Bloomers t-shirt. Call or text us at 609-685-1880. That's 609-685-1880. And we'll see you in the garden.
Welcome back to Bloomers in the Garden. And during our trip to the Tropical Plant Exposition, we were trend watching.
Yep.
And what plants were still hot?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, we went from future casting into the world of what's coming
coming up.
To, all right, what's going on right now.
Wow.
Tabletop, still hot.
Still
and what I mean by tabletop, succulents and cactus and any of the plants that you would, be smaller plants,
Those
like
little ones.
4-inch pots, 3-inch pots, up to a 6-inch pot.
Yeah.
But really, the smaller plants were very hot.
Very hot, yeah.
Very hot
big.
still. And it all has to do with the planter being as cool
Oh, yes.
as the
is.
plant, right?
That's right, yeah. That's
Right?
big. That's big. The planter is a big part of the plant, too.
And those of you out there that don't know our industry, I mean, we are a garden center that has a greenhouse and sells nursery products and house plants, but ultimately our product decorates your house.
It does.
We have the care products for those plants, but still, plants are fashion.
They are.
They are interior decorating the inside of your home, and the pots that we sell and the plants that we sell, that, like we're the Raymore and Flanagan of the plant world. Because when you add a plant to your home, whether it's your kitchen or bathroom or dining room or living room or whatever, you are adding another decorating facet to your home.
That's right, yeah.
And that's one thing you got to think about. It's not
like you said.
we think of it that way.
Oh yeah,
and
we
again,
do.
when we think of plants, we think it's a green thing that you have to take care of.
Right.
But above that, it is decorating.
It is decorating. It's part of the fashion design of your home. It's the living room, and it's a plant room, like you said.
Absolutely.
It's all part of that, and it's not just a separate entity.
And one of the companies that were there that's actually called Live Trends.
Live Trends. Yeah.
They were the first company that I saw several years ago. I don't know, it was 2016 or earlier, but that they considered that whole concept and ran with it. And one of the things that when we spoke with the folks from Live Trends, that they mentioned the word tribe.
Tribe, yes.
And what they were talking about is grouping plants in such a way that they were attractive to different tribes of individuals. So they had vignettes set up for like an obviously teenage girl's room with the different plants and containers that would appeal to her.
Right.
The like monochrome black and white type of say architectural look for someone else. And that all of these things were set up in their tribe based on how they would appeal to each person,
yes.
each tribe. And I just thought that was a brilliant concept.
That is pretty great, isn't it?
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Different type of designs for different people.
Yeah. One of the trends that I saw is for people to create plant rooms.
Plant room, yes.
Where the rooms themselves were just overwhelmingly filled with plants that
yeah.
you went through, and there were so many plants it was like a jungle.
Yeah, I love that.
That is a concept that's on cutting edge right now.
It is,
and that being able to have that, and it offers so much.
It does.
Where you're giving both the health benefits of plants, the calmness that they bring to our lives, and it's just
amazing.
It's just something that is on the rise.
It is.
I see that coming.
Oh yeah, that trend is coming. I see it on Instagram a lot, and it's coming.
Yeah. Also, Pantone color of the year is a vibrant navy blue.
Ooh,
lots of tie-ins with that new blue orchid. There is lots of blue that, again, trend washing. Pantone always makes a splash in the beginning. You just never know if it's going to take off or not.
Right.
Again, you try to get it, you try to ride it,
Yes.
and then it's like, it didn't work.
Yep.
But
well, that's because we're ahead of the times.
that's true. That's true.
We're trendy.
But what did I think? That years ago, I learned from that German woman who had a chain of gardens, and on trends, you get in early, you get out early. When that is, I don't know.
Yeah,
but
we
right
don't know.
now, it definitely it's not time to get out of trends
No, it isn't.
of plant material. All right, we're going to be right back. We got another break. We'll be talking about new houseplants or different houseplants right after this.
Bloomers in the Garden is brought to you each week by Bloomers Home and Garden Center. Bloomers is an award-winning garden center just 20 minutes from Philadelphia. Bloomers has been providing expert advice turning brown thumbs green for over 30 years. At Bloomers, we want you to ask us every question, even if you think it's silly. We share information in a friendly, non-judgmental way that is meant to teach and spread the joy of gardening. Visit Bloomers Home and Garden Center in Washington Township, Gloucester County. For directions, go to bloomers.com, and we'll see you in the garden.
The Bird Sanctuary at Bloomers Home and Garden Center is dedicated to the care and feeding of wild birds. We carry a flock of feeders like the Brome Squirrel-Proof Feeder, which has a lifetime guarantee. Brome makes fantastic feeders for frustrating squirrels and feeding songbirds. Bloomers Bird Sanctuary has a vast selection of wild bird seed, suet, seed cakes, and mealworms. We carry Lyric, Coles, C&S, Pine Tree Farms, and our own line called Bloomers Blend. Bloomers Blend Songbird Magnet contains premium black oil sunflower, peanut splits, millet, safflower, and tree nuts. It's sure to attract the most colorful songbirds to your yard. Bloomers Home and Garden Center is located in Washington Township in Gloucester County, New Jersey. Visit us online at www.bloomers.com. When you come in, ask for Shirley Spurbeck, Bloomers Wild Bird Specialist. Mention you heard it on Bloomers in the Garden Radio, and we'll give you $10 off a 20-pound bag of Bloomers Blend Songbird Magnet Mix. Hi, this is Len Schroeder from Bloomers in the Garden. Do you have a landscape, garden, or plant question? If so, call or text us using the Bloomers in the Garden hotline. Dial 609-685-1880. That's 609-685-1880. Don't be shy. We want to hear from you. Call or text us and let us know what problems you're facing. Let us know how we're doing. Call or text 609-685-1880. If we use your comment on the air, we'll send you a free Bloomers t-shirt. Call or text us at 609-685-1880. That's 609-685-1880. And we'll see you in the garden. Well, welcome back to Bloomers in the Garden. There were a lot of new houseplant introductions. The one that I thought was most impressive to me was that variegated monstera. It was Thai Constellation.
Thai Constellation. Huh?
And again, this plant's been around for a long time, but having the white swirls that are within the foliage, and that was different. And it was pure white, not like a yellowish white.
Pure white. Wow.
No.
Different.
What did you see that?
What I really like was the philodendron. It's called Birkin. It's by Costa Farms.
Okay.
What I loved about it is the leaves at the bottom are dark green, right?
Oh, okay.
And then the new ones, it looked like the new ones were totally different than the bottoms because they're white.
So like often how you see new growth is a different color.
Totally different color.
Like a photinian new growth is
right.
red, and where this is, it looks like almost like a zebra plant, kind of.
Yeah.
But a philodendron's easy to take care of, and nice.
Nice contrast, huh?
Nice. Very nice. What was the name of that again?
Philadelphia Birkin, Birkin.
By Costa. Okay.
By Costa.
One of the things that I saw, again, there another philodendron, and this is more like a split-leaf philodendron, a upright houseplant, not the philodendron that's a climbing, that is called Shangri-La.
Shangri-La.
And the thing I liked about it is the fact that it's a compact plant. Sometimes these plants can get leggy in their environment. This was a compact, probably a 8-inch pot or so, and probably be about 18 to 24 inches, where sometimes they can get 12 inches each leaf.
Ooh.
You know, so this is something more compact.
Yeah, you can put it in a place where you go, I could use it there. Right?
Yeah, right.
Smaller.
Right. What other ones did you like?
Well, let me see.
The red aglaonemia again.
The red aglaonemia.
I can't even keep track of so many different kinds. They are just different versions.
Yeah.
Sometimes even too many. But you and I talked about this, where the new red introductions are great.
Oh, yeah.
But we still are partial to that gray leaf.
Gray leaf. I like that.
I mean, so
kind of really attracts me. I don't know what it is, but kind of calms me down a little bit.
Yeah. There you go.
Rather than the red kind of it's
yeah.
hot.
You know, it is striking.
Yeah.
Like how nobody really paints their rooms red because it changes your mood.
Yeah, sure. When you walk in, it's like, whoa.
Do you have another one?
Tillandsia. It's called Amira, Amira.
So Tillandsia, an air plant.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, huh? It looks kind of compact. It's not really huge.
Well, like
kind of spidery.
Oh, okay. Like almost like a bromeliad.
Yeah, correct.
Okay.
Really nice.
All right.
Pretty color.
Very pretty.
Yeah, kind of rosy.
You know, I see a lot of, as far as trend watching and things, I see a lot of people trying to do online sales.
Oh, boy.
And what's happening is that when you go to your local garden center, you're going to go in, you're going to buy a plant. It's going to be about $4.
Right.
Between, let's say 4 and 10.
4 and 10, yeah.
The online purchases are going to be triple, even more. It's like $50 to have it shipped.
Minimum, right?
With a warm pack to make sure that it doesn't die in transit.
That's right. With newspapers around it, right?
Well, no. No. That they're doing different types of shipping methods, but it's still going through FedEx or whether it's going through UPS or something. It is not ready for prime time. I don't think. And because the price that you're paying, just go visit your local garden center.
Yeah.
They're going to have the plants, and that they will have the expertise on how to take care of them. And you're going to pay, like I said, say you're paying, $7.99 for a plant, but online you're paying, $30-$40 for that same plant, and it's no bigger.
Yeah.
So anyway, it hasn't been perfected yet. So I suggest, again, go into your local garden center, go into your, make sure that they've got a greenhouse or they've got tropical plants. And because of the trend line on tropicals, every garden center right now has got tropical plants. So you can guarantee that they're going to have them.
That's right.
Anyway.
That's right.
All right. We got another break right after this. We've got a caller.
Ooh. Wow.
Yeah, we've got a caller, right?
Yeah.
All right. We'll be right after this. We'll be back right after this.
Does your garden have planting insurance? It can now with Biotone Starter Plus from Espoma. It's the ultimate starter plant food. The secret is a special blend of natural organic plant food, beneficial microbes, and mycorrhizal fungi. The result? Plants grow faster, roots grow deeper, flowers and vegetables flourish. Best of all, every Espoma product is safe for people, pets, and the planet. Visit espoma.com for a retailer near you. Biotone Starter Plus from Espoma, a natural in the garden since 1929. Your next houseplant is waiting for you in Bloomer's Home and Garden Center's greenhouse. Bloomers recognizes that houseplant choices are as important to your interior decorating as the fabric on your couch. The right plant, paired with the perfect container, can bring a dynamic change to your home. A houseplant brings life to your world and connects your home's interior to the greater outdoors. Even a small succulent placed on your coffee table has a way of connecting your living room to the Amazon rainforest. How about an air plant in your kitchen? Looking for an indoor flowering plant to add color to your plant palette? Bloomers has a large revolving assortment of flowering beauties. From aglaonemas to ZZ plants, Bloomer's Greenhouse is stocked with your next favorite indoor plant. Bloomers carries a large selection of pottery and containers to match your home's decor and make any of your plants more beautiful. Bloomers experts can help you care for your plants and have the fertilizer, insecticides, leaf shine, and specialty soils you need to grow healthy and happy indoor plants. Visit Bloomers Home and Garden Center's greenhouse and make every room in your home a living room. Visit bloomers.com for more information. That's bloomers.com, and we'll see you in the garden. Hi, this is Len Schroeder from Bloomers in the Garden. Do you have a landscape, garden, or plant question? If so, call or text us using the Bloomers in the Garden hotline. Dial 609-685-1880. That's 609-685-1880. Don't be shy. We want to hear from you. Call or text us and let us know what problems you're facing. Let us know how we're doing. Call or text 609-685-1880. If we use your comment on the air, we'll send you a free Bloomers t-shirt. Call or text us at 609-685-1880. That's 609-685-1880. And we'll see you in the garden.
Well, welcome back. Hey, Jim called, and he had questions about his avocado and his citrus trees. And I think he's selling himself short.
Yes, he is.
We'll talk about that. Take a listen to what he had to say.
Grow plants. I have 2 avocado trees growing. I looked on YouTube, and I have one avocado tree that's about 5 feet tall, and another one that's about 2 feet tall, and I don't know what to do next. They grew despite my ineptitude at having a green thumb. So if you have any feedback, I'd love to hear from you. I'm moving to Florida in 2 years. I'd love to take the avocado trees with me and plant them in my yard. And I have had pretty good luck with a Meyer lemon tree and a Mineola tree. So I was preparing for my trip to Florida and my retirement about 4 years ago, and despite my best efforts, they're still growing. So any feedback from you would be terrific. Love your show. Love being a part of everything. If I get a free t-shirt, terrific. If not, at least my citrus and my avocados will be in good hands with your advice. Thanks, pal.
Wow. Thank you, Jim.
Look at that.
Hey, you know what?
Thank you.
Master gardeners, when they did a survey, okay, and I'm not talking about master gardeners who've been through the master garden, but people that actually had the tools, gifts, however you want to call it, to be a master gardener, the one thing they had in common is that they never thought that they were master gardeners.
How about that?
Jim, you have raised 2 avocados.
That is
And
great.
you are a gardener, my friend.
Yes,
Don't
you're a
sell
green
yourself
thumb.
short.
That's right. You can't do that.
Now, Julio, you called Jim, right?
Yeah, I called Jim. Yeah.
What did you guys talk about?
Oh, we talked a little bit about fertilizing.
Okay, what did you say?
And he needed to fertilize that at least 3 times during the year. You know, spring, summer, and fall.
Okay, so
you can do
not
it-
wintertime.
No, not wintertime. I said to him, it's going, slowing up and doesn't need it. It's in dormancy.
Mm-hmm.
And I said 10-10-10 is good, or 10-5-5 is good. So
Okay.
go with that, and you're good to go. And he also wanted to repot it. Okay.
Right?
So I said, make sure it's at least 2 to 3 or 4 inches wider than what you have now.
Right.
And that way it's not going to over. You don't want to put in the same pot as you did before.
I'm pretty
course.
impressed. He has 2 avocados that are one 5 foot tall.
5 foot, yes.
Wow.
Amazing. Yeah.
Wow. Any other advice that you gave him?
Well, no, not really.
Insect? Did you have any questions?
No, nothing about that. He's doing everything right.
there you go. And another, I was saying, in spite of himself. I mean,
That's right. I think he's doing
Jim,
better than what he thinks.
You're
Yes.
doing great, Jim.
Yeah.
Keep it up.
That's
Keep it
right.
up. And has a Meyer lemon,
Meyer lemon, yes.
which is
Isn't it?
growing great, and it probably is flowering right now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Yes.
it flowers in the wintertime.
Yeah.
How about that?
Oh.
Anyway, all right. We've got another break coming up. We're going to be right back right after this.
Your next houseplant is waiting for you in Bloomer's Home and Garden Center's greenhouse. Bloomers recognizes that houseplant choices are as important to your interior decorating as the fabric on your couch. The right plant, paired with the perfect container, can bring a dynamic change to your home. A houseplant brings life to your world and connects your home's interior to the greater outdoors. Even a small succulent placed on your coffee table has a way of connecting your living room to the Amazon rainforest. How about an air plant in your kitchen? Looking for an indoor flowering plant to add color to your plant palette? Bloomers has a large revolving assortment of flowering beauties. From aglaonemas to ZZ plants, Bloomers Greenhouse is stocked with your next favorite indoor plant. Bloomers carries a large selection of pottery and containers to match your home's decor and make any of your plants more beautiful. Bloomers experts can help you care for your plants and have the fertilizer, insecticides, leaf shine, and specialty soils you need to grow healthy and happy indoor plants. Visit Bloomers Home and Garden Center's greenhouse and make every room in your home a living room. Visit bloomers.com for more information. That's bloomers.com, and we'll see you in the garden.
Did you know that soil composition is an important factor in determining long-term life for succulents? As a rule, succulents prefer well-draining soil that holds a little moisture and nutrients with a mid-range pH. Fertile succulent soil accomplishes all these goals. This Canadian sphagnum peat moss and the echo peat will support the plant physically in its pot, yet allow the water to drain. Echo peat is a natural fiber from the peat bogs, which provides excellent aeration and appropriate moisture-holding properties. The addition of horticultural perlite aids in the aeration process and helps slowly dry out the peat. Both calcitic and dolomitic limestone keep the pH in an ideal spot for the plants to take in the necessary nutrients. So the next time you visit your favorite independent family-owned garden center, ask for the succulent soil by Fertilome. Your plants will be glad you did. Available at
The Flower Station, 3500 Philmont Avenue, Huntington Valley, PA.
See me and Julio down by the schoolyard.
Wow, Julio, our entire trip we were down in the schoolyard, right?
Yes, we were.
Learning new trends, finding out what's hot.
What's hot?
Yeah, I hope you guys out there enjoyed it. It was a great trip for us to just get reconnected. There are different industries within what we do, and they don't always intertwine. And houseplants and greenhouse are two different things. Like the flowering plants that we sell in the greenhouse are different from the tropical plants, and they don't intermix.
Yeah.
So, again, thank you for listening. If you've got questions, call the hotline, 609-685-1880.
Hey, next time you visit your favorite garden center, tell them you listen to Bloomers in the Garden.
That's right. And, hey, Jim, you are a master gardener.
Yes, yeah,
That's right. Thank you, Brett.
Thank you,
Great
Brett.
job today. Thanks for joining us on air. Let us know what fortnight is. I'm not sure I understand it, but again, join us next week, the same time in the garden.
See you in the garden.